Log recording, 7:18 in the morning, West Coast time, still the 15th of January 2024. Weaver, John C., Roseman, California. If I happen to post this particular ranting and raving at this point over here, it'd probably be torn apart by Google and YouTube. Because I'm reacting to some of the independent videos I keep coming across, and one of them was dealing with there was a story that leaked out a while ago, about a few years back, on how a certain orange gas bag wanted the United States to bomb or use missiles on Mexico. In fact, there was talk about this one a few years ago when this asshole was in office. He fired his SecDev on that one. SecDev wouldn't sign off. They get rid of the drug labs in Mexico. The gas bag wanted to cause a war with Mexico. And according to one particular independent on YouTube, this was being talked about last Friday. This past Friday, anyway. About how this orange gas bag wants to stop the immigrant trade and not to mention the drugs coming in and the gangs and everything else by bombing the crap out of them along the southern border. I went off on a damn tirade on this damn shit. I don't know whether or not I actually want to post the damn thing or not. Because the community guidelines and standards that Google and YouTube's already set for us at this point over here would bar me from doing this. I'd be breaking a lot of guidelines and terms and conditions left and right. That angry, that frustrated, that pissed off, and wanting to say and do something worse. And acting totally out of control at this point. This pisses me off, but it's a vent. I could just shove it into the damn flash drive and nobody else would know about it. Because I still want to continue doing my YouTube. As much as distrust and dislike and absolute disgust I feel towards the Trump and the Trumplicants. Doesn't matter who and what they are, they follow the Trump blindly like a cult leader. And it's worse than dealing with the damn cult leaders we had back in the 60s and 70s, almost 80s. I talked about those assholes in my earlier videos. Jim Jones, French Guiana. There was a place called Jonestown. Jones brought his followers to worship and follow him, and he ends up killing everybody, including himself, with cyanide. Just dump it in the damn orange juice, and everyone was drinking, and everyone died. But there was a fact-finding mission going into the place, and there was representatives that got killed. Maybe a couple of survivors are lucky enough to tell the tale, and photographs. From the survivors of the People's Church, they were talking about it. They were saying what was going on. That's why we had those stories and documentaries being replayed left and right on that one. And how about David Koresh with his own idiots? Waco, Texas becomes a barbecue for Koresh and his fooling idiots who kept thinking he was the Word of God and he was the messenger of God. So let's arm up, let's barricade, and let's cause a fire. Of course, the federal government was trying to get the weapons out of there because they were illegal as hell. And things turned worse, especially when you had an armored vehicle coming through. And then all hell breaks loose. Everybody burns, everybody suffocates, everybody dies. Okay, there have been other assholes out there that gathered a little bit of media attention throughout the years, but these two controlling ass wipes. One was using, well, actually, both were using a religious tones, but they weren't political. We have a political asswipe here that people voted for because they couldn't deal with the Democrats and the Republicans, but they could deal with a guy they fell in love with on television who was doing this um, game show bullshit. And people wanted to follow and believe in this asshole that much. He thought it was truthful. He thought he was honest. He was doing all this fanciful crap on people. A school that never bothered to educate except suck more money out of the poor suckers. And mediocre steaks, supposed to be the best steaks ever, according to this one guy's name. You must know who the gas bag is. He gets in the office and he makes all these damn things, just all statements left and right. We keep wondering whether or not this guy was legitimate enough, but he made enough statements out there to really make people scratch their heads in disgust, or they're actually starting to follow and believe this asshole. And they still are. They still think he's God and he can walk on water. I can't deal with it. I'm not dealing with it. But the thing is, me going off on this one, this is this ain't cool and this ain't right. There were statements made, I know, when he was in office that he wants to do a lot of damage to countries. Oh, he wanted to pull our troops out of Afghanistan. He made a deal with terrorists. Screws up our current administrator of our country. And he gets blamed for the mistakes happened in the previous administration. So now we're scrambling. And I kept thinking to myself, as this guy gets back in office again, are we going back for 4 more years of insanity? Is he actually going to be overturning that damn Constitution? Well, it's just pissing and making people afraid at the same damn time. Not to mention making him angry as hell. What's missile strikes on Mexico? I went on for like saying that we needed to be an armed camp. Everything bordered up. Everything secure, safe. And while we go through people's personal lives just to see if they're going to be following the cult following. Shit, just see the autocratic regimes, how they're doing it. North Korea, most famous for me. Family tries to kill each other left and right in her, but they still hold a military tight rule, keeping people suppressed like crazy. Cuba's the same way. They're trying to get the hell off the damn island. Russia, I don't even know why we don't have any people leaving Russia because of Putin and his ass. And then there's Yugoslavia. Was it Yugoslavia? No, no, no. Turkey, Erdogan. Venezuela and their situation. All these guys that. Oh, China, even worse. China. China that America has an issue with regarding Taiwan's elections. The elected president of their little island. Elections that China explicitly forbid. They told him, don't have this. You will not have independence. You are still part of China. And Taiwanese is still saying to them, that's what they're saying. And they want independence and they wanted America to say it, but I'm getting conflicting information from our own damn government, even through the corporate media about this one here. Are we going to be supporting Taiwan? Are we not going to be supporting Taiwan? Secretly, we approve of their damn wanting further democracy to happen on our island. Officially, we keep saying to China, I'm sorry, but this had to happen. Please forgive them. They're stupid. And we're stepping back. Duplicitous sons of bitches we are. Either we can go public on this damn thing, but we want the trade, we want the security, and we know that China is still part of the Permanent Security Council. And anything we want, China will override. And how many backyard deals we make with these guys for things that we need or want or needs to be done, we're going to be running into that kind of situation. We need China, unfortunately, because they are a permanent part of the Security Council. Unless, of course, they're going to start making changes in the United Nations Charter and somewhere concerning about the Security Council to be changed. It takes one negative vote to throw off an entire plan that the United Nations would want to do for security reasons. One country. So we have to play the damn political head game on this one. But I kept saying, to tone it down a little bit more, if we get the Trumplicants in office, the cult followers, doesn't matter where they're coming from, who and what they are, if they're following Trump, they're Trumplicants. They get into office and they want border security. Are they going to throw out the U.S. military out there? Are we going to be breaking posse comitatus? Are we going to be dumping military assets in there and hardware on top of the Mexican border? And telling Mexico, you make one move, we're going to blow you to hell. Then I made the remark regarding Canada's next. And our travel industry, entertainment industry, on how it's affecting everybody, besides both sides, and not to mention our military aspects. Oh yeah, I went on a tirade on this one here. I said we ought to cancel out NORAD, toss out the Canadians, close up the borders, landmine the whole damn thing. I mean, I went off on a tirade on my video. I went after the cruising industry, and I went after the Caribbean islands, even Puerto Rico. It was Virgin territory. No, I didn't say anything about the U.S. Virgin territory in that one. But no, the Caribbean islands, if we got anything associated with them, that's it, screw them. I went off on a tirade on this one. And then I turned myself towards the other countries. What made me sick to my stomach is when I started to agree as an example, and it was still making me sick to my stomach on this one. I was telling myself that this is only an example I'm making, and it was still making me sick to my stomach. By agreeing to follow and to be friends with the enemies of our country that we really have a disagreement with. That includes China, and that includes Russia, and every other damn autocratic society out there. Oh, I went nuts on this one. And then I tried to do a race war at this point. Oh, not just the African Americans or the Latina out there. Oh, no. We had to do the white stuff, didn't we? Oh, God. Yeah, I'm telling you, I have to say this on there, okay? Put this on record. Put this on record, okay? even, even in the form of pretending that I have to agree with this damn stuff, I'm just feeling sick to my stomach over this damn thing. I just ate a banana. of being that harsh on anybody who's not white, or even if they were white, we'd be harsh on them. Because now we get to pick on them if they're Scottish or Irish, or even English. Don't get me started on the Polynesian territory, or anybody else for that matter. I was going to go to Truth Social just to see what the hell one of the independents on Facebook, actually on YouTube, was going to be talking about regarding this story that came out. I found past stories back between 20 and 2022 regarding Trump and his mouth and some of the stories concerning about a missile attack. I mean, I found something similar to that one on a story in rawstory.com. 2022 stories in there. The one that got tagged up anyway from this one independent. I read it. I think I really was the straw that broke my back on this one. That Trump would want, if I could use that name, gas bag, better. Okay. He wants military action along our southern border. Basically, and I went off on a tirade on both the Canadian Prime Minister and the Mexican President at this point. To which I apologize, guys. I'm not publishing the damn video. But I'll talk about it. Yeah, gross. But let's talk gross anyway, shall we? One second. Damn respiratory problems. I was saying to the Mexican president and to the Canadian Prime Minister that if we get Trump in office, all hell's going to break loose and our relations are going to go hell to handbasket. The fear and paranoia that we have in our country, that's being demonstrated more and more by people more and more agreeing with Trump and his followers left and right. Isolationism. We did that back in the 30s. What the hell happened to us? People forget history. A message sent to the Mexican president and Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada would have been this. We get Trump in office, say goodbye to any relations you have with us. Any and every. Commercial, political, whatever. We'll close ourselves off as a border. We'll feel safe and secure. We keep calling ourselves America's the greatest because we closed ourselves off. We tried to do that with the isolationism back in 1930, and what the hell happened with World War II? We already survived the World War One with our boys coming back, body bags and also injured and maybe alive, but with shell shock. And then World War II hits when we have our island nations attacked. And we're already seeing other countries trying to attack and gain territory. God. I am feeling this. I'm feeling this. And I'm not quite sure how we're going to be doing this. How will our country survive when we get Trump in office? We have the Iowa caucus happening today. And usually they would show up on the primaries of who's going to be the top dog and who's going to be second banana. And the third, don't even talk about him or her. But we have this happening. And if we get a Trumplicant in office, God help us all. I wouldn't even know how to begin on that one. I really don't. I'm terrified, I'm scared, and I'm freaked about this damn shit. Me going off on a damn tirade is not conducive to anybody. Nobody. Not even me. Oh yeah, the insult to both countries that we associate with for trade, for economic, for military assistance. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to publish the other video. I mean, I'll save the damn ranting and raving, but I had seen how things go crazy with cultists. I had seen how our country did turn out to be crazy with cultists right now. I thoroughly believe this one guy could walk on water, or he's a messenger of God or something. And yet he's been bullshitting and conning people left and right, and they bought it. Hook, line, and suckered. We're screwed. And we're seeing a fellow Trumplicant puppets out there trying to act as if they know better, or trying to separate themselves from the Trumplicant, but still show up as a Trumplicant. I'm not quite sure how we're going to be able to deal with this particular year election cycle. If we're going to be surviving or not. This scares the hell out of me. This really does. I mean, I went off a damn deep end on this one. And it's not suitable for Google or YouTube to look at. But know this, that I made a hell of a lot of insults in the form of a Trumplicant. As a joke. And yes, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about how I insulted the people left and right that I actually care about in the form of a Trumplicant to make a point. Those up in the north and those across the pond. I got respect for these guys. And not to mention in our own states down south, particularly a peninsula. These guys deal with the cruising industry. I got respect for them. But to make a serious, nasty joke, yeah, it hurts me. But I'm saying it because I want to be truthful, honest, and accountable, transparent. I want to be respectful at this. And yes, I'm saying it anyway. I almost feel I'm an idiot. I've always known that for a long while. I'm a Trumplicant. No, I'm not a Trumplicant. I'm a Democrat, lifelong libtard, libturd. I got branded that several years ago when I came across the town of Roseman with me and my brother looking for a place to live. Long stories in my videos. And suffice it to say that when I entered the political arena over here, I became the target because I'm a Democrat coming into a Trump-controlled territory. I demonstrated what kind of a libturd I am. What they mean by libtard is a retarded liberal, or you're a liberal retard. Or you're a liberal shithead. Might as well call you a turd. So you're shortening it up, you're a libturd. Or a libtard. Insulting as it is, I kind of used it as a joke. Because I still think the people who kept saying it was a joke. They're committed to Trump. At least a portion of them, anyway. There's a few portions, but not much, who are still liberal minded and still like to have an open mind of education and stuff like that. But everyone else, social media for these assholes. Excuse me. Respiratory issues again. I wanted to put this out on the record. I mean no disrespect to anybody, except the Trumplicants. Guys don't bother to study history, except your own damn foolishness. And for right now, all I can do is sit back and observe. You guys been watching my videos, you understand what the hell's been going on. And yes, I got wind files out there to talk about more and more about this one. But the video I did, I'm not saying it to anybody. Except if I do a toned down video, I might as well do it against insult as a libtard or no, not a libtard, but a Trumplicant. Meaning I've lost my mind and trying to insult everybody just to make a damn joke about it. That includes the people I care about in the travel industry, cruising, that is, people in government that I still have respect for. Some people in government, anyway. The rest of them, I don't know about. Let's see, making a joke at Mexico and the people crossing the borders. Making jokes about that was definitely not cool on that one. Or even making jokes about Canada and insulting Prime Minister Trudeau on that one. Not cool, not couth, and definitely not human. So, this is my video regarding that one.